Hello everyone, this is Incite and Excite, here to have a little exciting talk for once, or at least something I find exciting, and that usually involves Pokemon designs. But in this video, I want to advocate something, so hear me out. I'm a big Pokemon fan, but I don't bitch when a new game comes out. Hello, National Dex assholes. I play online battles, but I severely handicap myself. I only use Pokemon I like. I don't care about stats, but I do breed the shit out of the ones I want to use, so I can so I can get perfect to almost perfect IVs, and for the chance to get a shiny. Besides that, I don't play the game like an asshole who only uses the uber top tier to wreck my opponent. It's not fun. I play as if I'm an actual trainer. I don't like using legendaries or mythical Pokemon in my team, because could I ever catch a legendary if everything was real? And after 20 plus years of playing, I noticed only like 2 Pokemon per generation get added to my team. I used to have a rule, 1 Pokemon per generation for my team, but we're now on the verge of the 8th generation, so time to throw that rule out. So I want you to guess my go-to team. You can even rate it down in the comments section. And like every perv trainer, I have that Pokemon, so you can guess. Alright, here it is. So yes, as you can see, I do have a Gardevoir. I have Frostlass, Delphox, Milotic, Lopunny, and a Lilligant. Do you see anything in common in my team? If I would say what is my theme, it would be beautiful Pokemon. Not waifu. I won't take it that far. If you do, that's more power to you, right? But I just like the aesthetic of having beautiful Pokemon in my team, mainly feminine beautiful Pokemon. And normally, this is how when I battle any trainer, I will usually start out with a Frostlass. And my first move, depending on the opponent, is usually just Thunder Wave to slow the opponent down. And if the Pokemon doesn't, freeze up on the first move or paralyze, my Frostlass will be holding a Focus Sash, so it will survive the obvious hit that will be coming. And since Frostlass has horrible defense, it's useful, right? So it survives it, and then I send it back, and then I take then I send my Delphox, which with the ability Magician, right? So it doesn't hold any items, but hopefully I get to take the next Pokemon's item, right? And now that the opponent's Pokemon is either paralyzed, hopefully still paralyzed, doesn't really see what I'm doing, I'll use Mystical Fire and then lower the special attack. And then I'll do it twice. I'll try to leave it like make it where the opponent doesn't like switch out, and if it does, I just do it all over again. But the point is, I'm trying to power up my Lilligant. So when I send out my Lilligant, even if the opponent has a type advantage, it will still survive, and I get to use my moves to power itself up. And since it has it won't get confused with its ability, it's protected with its own ability. I will just power my Pokemon up, and then I just end up sweeping the team. But my team also is variable, where I can just, if it's not Lilligant, I'll use Power Up Punch for my Lopunny, and then my Lopunny will, of course, just increase in stats, and then just sweep the team. My Milotic will have competitive. Is it competitive? I believe. I actually don't really remember what ability, because I switch it out. Like what's my main ability? But usually it's just whatever. If my stats are lowered, I believe this is the effect. If my stats are lowered, it'll the opposite effect happens. So if someone does intimidate, the attack goes down, but due to my Milotic's effect, it just goes up instead, right? And I've swept that kind of way a couple of times, but I don't really rely on it. I rely on my Milotic's, natural defense. And then I'll use Gardevoir as my wild card, I guess. And then that's also the one I would Mega Evolve. And I don't think we get to Mega Evolve in the new game, but that's fine. But yeah, so this is my team. And what sucks about this team is that there aren't many Pokemon that I can choose from overall in the whole Pokemon game. Like when people say, "Hey, I want beautiful Pokemon," this is basically it, with the sole exception of a couple others, handful others. And let me show you that right now. All right, now that you see on the screen, I think we can agree that these Pokemon fit the aesthetic, maybe not Jinx, of beautiful feminine Pokemon, right? So my main problem with the franchise so far is that we need more beautiful Pokemon that are usable, or at the very least, just make more, right? So as you see on the screen, we have Gardevoir, Lopunny, Lilligant, Frostlass, Stelfox, Feramoso, uh, Primarina, Sarina, Florges, Lurantis, Jinx. I know that might be debatable because I would never use it. Magearna. Oh, and Meloetta. I forgot about her. I never use her, so yeah. So again, you might see a common feature. The Pokemon look more feminine. I'm not saying we need more waifus, but it's something I think needs to be addressed because we have a lot of like monster looking Pokemon. Of course, we always have dragons. We always have like I guess you could say very masculine looking Pokemon, right? And I think we just need more. Let's hit the other side of the spectrum. And I know for a dose of reality, it will happen. The whole Rule 34 and all that, but I don't think it's a reason not to do it. So who's with me? We need more beautiful Pokemon waifus. I mean, just beautiful Pokemon. But I know it's hard. I even gave myself 20 minutes to come up with a concept idea, and I don't even know what I want. The two types I started with were like grass and ghost. And I gave it a shot, and I'm not really happy with it. But hey, I don't get paid to design Pokemon, right? I just have a voice that I want to bitch or not. Wait, I'm not bitching. I'm what would the phrase be? I'm respectfully giving my opinion that there needs to be some changes in the franchise that I would like the developers to go over, and hopefully there are a lot more people who share my views, so they at least know that there is a desire out there that they can tap into. All right. So let's look at my design for a second. Yeah, it's not that great. I kind of like the first stage, just a ghost and a log. I have no idea what I was trying to do with the final stage. I know it's missing a lot of stuff. Like I think it needs to be covered in something, but I try to keep it feminine. Try to keep it, like a ghost aesthetic. But yeah, if you have any thoughts about what I did wrong here, like what did I am I not making a Pokemon? I'm making something else. Because I know a lot of people say, "Oh, that's not Pokemon. That's not Pokemon." Like fifth generation, fourth generation, like maybe even the new generation. I don't know if they're gonna go back to the well or not, but yeah, that's just my opinion. I want more beautiful Pokemon. I want. I just want to see a change because I've seen I also play Yu-Gi-Oh, and there's been a lot more female characters for female monsters. I mean, being made more female archetypes used for decks. Most of them, if not all of them, are not meta worthy. But again, if you're a casual, if you just like playing for fun, you're not a dick, just playing with what you want is cool, right? Because there's no shame in losing when you have a team that you like. All right, later, guys.